What's up, everybody? We are on the road to Disney. That's right, this is RTD Adventures. We got Brian here.
This is Jacob.
And we are going to talk about some of the biggest mistakes that you should not be making when you go to Disneyland.
Now, everybody makes mistakes, but we want to make sure that you have the best day ever when you're going to a Disney park.
Nobody wants their bad day to be at Disney, so let's make sure that doesn't happen to you.
So the first thing on our list that we want to talk about avoiding is revealing the magic behind the Disney attraction or the Disney show. We've got a lot of smart people out there. People have gone on these things so many times. The worst thing you could do to somebody is ruin it for them by word for word, verbatim, saying what the ride is saying or the music is saying or what's going to happen in the show. You definitely don't want to be that person that reveals to a kid that there's someone inside of a Mickey costume playing Mickey Mouse. Just don't be that person. Make sure that everybody else around you is also having a great day at Disney.
Okay, next thing on the list, make sure that you're not no-showing your reservations. If you want a popular restaurant, you've got to book those things far up ahead of time, but something that people do all the time is just no-show because they get busy. Maybe you book too many reservations, or you end up in line for something a lot longer than you expected. You need to make sure that you're planning these things out ahead. If you no-show your reservations, you will get charged for them. So if you know ahead of time you're not gonna make it, you can always talk to a cast member. You can call ahead and they can work with you on those things. Or if you know 24 hours ahead that you're not gonna make it, you can cancel, but no-showing is the absolute worst thing to do.
Another thing we're adding to the avoid when in a Disney park is getting in people's photos. Okay, I'm a goof. I love being goofy in photos. However, if there's a family there on vacation, they really don't want you in their photo. I promise you they don't. So just do your best, be aware. Everybody's taking photos. It's okay. You don't have to avoid everybody, but just try not to jump into people's family photos. They won't enjoy it when they get home, when they finally look at it on their phone or print it out.
And in the same vein of not getting in people's photos, just watch where you're going. You might stumble into somebody's photo or you might just run into somebody. Disneyland is crowded and there's people everywhere, so if you're not watching where you're going, you're gonna run into people. And even worse, on Main Street, you're not watching where you're going, there are tracks in the road that you're gonna end up tripping over and you might just sprain your ankle and ruin the rest of the vacation. Keep your eyes up in front of you, don't look at your phone while you're walking around, don't look behind you, just pay attention.
Keep yourself safe, keep everybody else safe. Another thing you want to avoid, not bringing the essentials. Essentials being a backpack to hold, these other essential items or a souvenir, phone charger, water bottle, sunscreen.
3 hours later.
Shorts, sweatshirt for when it gets cold, sandals.
Okay, this might be a great time to interject and talk about the next point. Don't overpack your bag. If you bring too much, and you're loaded down with your backpack, that's a lot of weight that's heavy, and if you're carrying that around all day, your back is gonna start hurting and you're just gonna be miserable. Not to mention, there's not a lot of space on some of the ride vehicles for you to put your backpack in.
That's true.
So if you're wanting to bring stuff with you, make sure that it's a small amount of essentials and make sure it's not so overstuffed that you have a hard time getting in and out of the ride vehicles on the different attractions.
I still like bringing sandals though.
Next on our list, we're talking about bringing the wrong pair of shoes. Now this can be a lot of different things. Maybe it's a brand new pair of shoes that just haven't got a chance to be broken in yet. Maybe it's a pair of shoes that's too old and are falling apart. Maybe they're just too tight and they don't give you very much support when you're trying to walk all day. I mean, seriously, we're walking 10 plus miles a day if you're there long enough. And
a lot of walking.
That is gonna be something that ruins your trip. You're getting blisters, your ankles are swelling, and your feet are just hurting all day. You don't wanna make that bad decision on bringing the wrong pair to the park.
Now, one thing I'd like to stress to you guys is please, don't overplan, but also don't underplan. I know that's kind of confusing. However, it will help you in the long run. When you overplan, you tend to stress out, you tend to, not get to the things you want to, and you start having a bad time, which is something we definitely don't want you to do. If you underplan and you kind of, almost what we call lollygag, walking around everywhere, you may miss something. So just keep an eye on the app, make sure you have a relative outline of what you want to do while you're in a Disney park or in Disneyland. Maybe make a list of things that, like your must-dos, things that you top priority list, and then maybe secondary must-dos, things that you want to get done if you can't do those things.
Speaking of mistakes, it would be a huge mistake on your part if you didn't like this video and subscribe to our channel. All right, and here's a big one that people may neglect more often than they should, is not taking advantage of the Disneyland app. This is your tool for everything you can imagine. You're gonna be able to look at a map to help you find your way around. This is gonna help you find wait times for rides. It's gonna help you make reservations for restaurants. It's gonna help you mobile order. And now you can even do mobile checkout when you're in stores. If you don't take advantage of the app, you're missing out on lots and lots of convenience opportunities.
We like convenience. Now, for our most important mistake to avoid at all costs, being rude to a cast member. These guys and gals are working all day, trying to make your experience the best thing ever. They're great at their job. They're great at customer service. They'll make sure your day is magical. Please, 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 please be very nice to them.
And they're working their hardest. You know, this is something that everybody's spending a lot of money to be at Disneyland. We all know that. The cast members know that, and they're trying to make your vacation the best that it can possibly be. If you're having just a little bit of a rough time, don't take it out on them. Seriously, they're trying their best, and they're there to make your life easier.
So what do you think? Are you excited for your next trip? I'm excited for your next trip.
And you know what? We want to make sure that your next trip is as good as possible. Don't forget to use this as a guide to not make these mistakes. And if there's some that we forgot about, maybe mistakes that you've had in the past, we want to know about them. Share that in the comments down below so other people are not going to make the same mistakes. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always,
thanks for watching.